You're listening to Not the Sermon with Eric and Jamie.
Well, here we are again, Eric, with another summer short.
I know, we need to reconsider. I'm liking the timing that we're recording, but after a lunch, it's hard. My eyes are just shutting.
I intentionally ate half of my food, because that's just a good idea for me, and B, I didn't want to be super sleepy.
It's hitting me. My eyes are heavy.
Yeah.
Also, it's summertime. It's hot. The body just wants to sleep in the summer.
Yeah, totally. I don't take naps the other day, though. It got overcast in the afternoon. This was Sunday afternoon, I think. Mm-hmm. And got overcast, dark. It's dark at 4:30.
Yeah.
And man, I'm out.
Yeah, it's been crazy weather. I mean, we're talking about the weather.
Lots of rain.
We went from drought to now it's torrential downpour every day, most of the day.
Someone told me Sunday, because we prayed for rain in our church, because it was a really bad drought in our area. I mean, farmers were beside themselves trying to figure out what to do, and so we prayed. And it's funny, that day it rained a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little spritz.
And by the next week, though, it rained a lot, and it has not stopped raining. Yeah. And someone told me Sunday, they were like, "Hey, we prayed for rain. Can we pray for no rain now?" Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, since we're talking about the weather, let me give you some more dad news.
Okay.
So the rain's been really bad. When it comes down, it really comes down. Yeah. So I'm noticing my gutters of my house, and how the rain is not going down the downpipes, it's going over the sides of the gutters. And I'm like, well, that's not good. So they're obviously clogged.
It's overwhelming.
Yeah. And so I get up there, this is one Sunday afternoon, and it is hot. Super, 90-something degrees, full humidity.
98 degrees? They were a boy band.
They were.
I figure you listened to them.
And so I was like, I need to get on the roof during this brief rain intermission and clean these gutters out real quick. So I don't have a ladder. Okay. I just wing it up the side of a fence.
What?
And then pull myself onto my roof.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Dude, I've got ladders.
It's always worked.
I've got the little 6-foot ladder. I've got the big, tall 12-foot ladder.
Yeah, I need a tall ladder. So anyways, I've always just winged it. I literally throw my hammer on the roof, throw the leaf blower on the roof, sling the hose over the roof.
Wow.
And then I climb up.
You're going to need a new roof.
And so I clean out the gutters, and it's time to get down. But it was so hot. I was wearing gloves, and the roof was burning my hands through my gloves. Yeah. And I'm beat red. I've been up there an hour in direct sun on the asphalt shingles. Yeah. I am just, over, when you just get too hot, your whole body turns red and you just can't think. And so I'm like, I just need to get down. I'm done for the day. Yeah. And so I throw everything down, and then I'm like, how I have to get down is I have to sit on the edge of my roof and then kind of twinkle toe my way until I feel the fence.
Twinkle toe?
Twinkle toe.
What? Describe that.
So it's you ever seen a little kid sitting on a bench and their feet don't touch the ground, and so they swing their legs?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I have to do on the roof until I feel the fence post.
So that's the twinkle toe.
That's the twinkle toe.
Okay.
But here's the problem. I can't sit on the roof. It's too hot.
Yeah.
And so then I start to panic.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, where's the hose? Oh, I've already thrown the hose down. Because I was like, I just spray it off right here and then sit down. And so then I'm panicking. I'm like, I need to get in some shade and think about how to get down. There's no shade.
It's burning your brain.
And so I'm walking around and I'm like, oh God, I'm stuck up here. I'm going to have to call someone. But I feel like by the time someone responds, I will have died.
Okay.
I will have expired.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, what do I have? I have a shirt. And I have pants. I was wearing shorts, which complicated this.
Okay.
Because it's going to burn more thigh.
And I'm sure they were very short.
They were very short.
As
per usual. And so then I'm like, okay, I'm going to take off my shirt and put it on the roof, and maybe that'll buy me enough time before it burns through and burns my butt.
Is this because of Tiff's experience with the convict where he took off clothes so he could shimmy up a fence?
No, but if I'm found past, I'd rather be found naked. I mean,
it's a better story.
It's a better story for everyone. But anyways, I put it down, and I managed to sit down and find it quick enough to where it didn't burn my bottom.
Nice.
And I ended up getting down. And then I thought to myself, that's not smart. Yeah. I shouldn't do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm looking up Lowe's.com right now for ladders.
They're expensive.
They've got plenty in stock. So
yeah, they do. They're $200-$300.
Might be something that you look into, bro.
What about you, man? Well, how's your summer going?
It's going good. I just got back from some of the family members and friends.
New Zealand.
No, that would have been awesome. We went ziplining in North Georgia, and really fun, dude. I love that kind of stuff, man. But I thought of you. I thought I could bring this up on the podcast. I saw a really funny church name in North Georgia that just made me giggle. Just giggle. It was Consolation Baptist Church.
Okay.
Now, I understand that to console someone is to give them comfort, but that's not how we use consolation.
Yeah, consolation's like, if you're a loser, we're trying to make you feel better.
Right, it's a consolation prize, like second best. And so it made me think about, well, I'm sure First Baptist is around there somewhere.
Oh, for sure.
But if you can't get it in because they're full, you go to Consolation Baptist.
Yeah, Consolation Baptist. Yeah, it's like the overflow room.
That's right.
They're like streaming the service in there.
It's just a consolation. You know? When things don't work out, but you still need a church, go to Consolation.
Like what probably the most common church name now, besides First Baptist,
Crossroads,
right now, First Methodist. So like, during when the denomination split a few years ago, it was like so-and-so, United Methodist, right? But now all of them, they're all like First Methodist of Thomasville, First Methodist of Atlanta. And so I was thinking to myself, there's probably a lot of just First Methodists out there. Which one is actually first though?
Well, that's the thing. And why does it matter if you're first? I mean, like, why did we start naming?
Is it a phone book thing?
No. I mean, that would be like Alternative Baptist. That'd be first in the phone book.
And it could quite technically be the First Baptist church in that area.
Right. But like, why is that like something to tell people? You know what I mean?
Because winners win, losers lose.
All right. I'm going to ask Chat GPT, what's the most common church names in America?
Did you ever see that comedian that was doing like church or weed dispensary?
Yes, John Christ.
And it was like
hilarious,
hard to determine it.
Yes. It was like Elevate.
Elevate.
Is that a church or a weed shop?
New Leaf.
New Leaf. Right. Okay. All right. Oh, you're right, dude. Okay. Most common church names. Number 1, First Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Number 2, First Methodist Church.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another denomination. Which one do you think it'd be?
First, not Assembly. First Presbyterian, maybe?
It is First Pres. Yeah, First Presbyterian.
There's nowhere near as many Presbyterian churches as you think. I was looking at stats the other day.
Yeah.
There's only like, I forget how many. It's like 4 or 5 million Presbyterians in the U.S. or something like that.
I've never considered how many Presbyterians there are.
Yeah.
It's just never been.
It was like, it used to be like America's denomination. It's like when everybody left the Church of England.
Well, all right. So Grace Church is really popular.
Of course.
St. John's, that's going to be Catholic. Calvary Church, Faith Church, Hope Church, Community Church. This is a big one. New Life Church.
Yeah, New Life.
New Life is a big one. Cornerstone, big one. Crossroads, there we go. Yeah, New Life, Cornerstone, and Crossroads are definitely...
They're all here within...
Everywhere.
Within the Tri-County.
Every city,
I could name one right now.
Now, Victory Church, although we're Victory Fellowship, but Victory Church, Victory's in their Life Church, the Bridge Church, Harvest Church, the Rock Church, Redeemer Church.
The Church.
Trinity, that's a big one too.
Yeah. My favorite, and it's so like non-conventional, I don't think it would work everywhere, but like Church Project.
Yeah.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
And the story behind the name was really cool. Like Jason Shepard, we were at a conference with him one time and he was talking about how it was literally just a placeholder in their nonprofit. Like this was just going to be our church project whenever we get to it. And they were just like, they kept the name. I always thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, because it perfectly describes what they do.
Yeah, they're just trying to find a way to apply their ecclesiology.
Yeah, they want to articulate.
Yeah, articulate and apply.
And apply their ecclesiology.
Yes,
that's super important. So for sure. Awesome, dude. So, any plans for the rest of the summer?
No. Graduate from school.
Okay.
Yeah.
When is that?
It's going to be the end of July.
We talked about whether or not you were going to walk, right?
Yeah.
Are you going to?
Probably not.
Okay.
Not during the summer, at least.
Okay.
So just plans got mixed up. It didn't work for us as a family.
So maybe in the fall?
And the next one would be winter.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. December.
Yeah. So like December.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. We were trying to make it work. There was other things that we want to do. It was going to cost a lot of money to get up there too. And we just had stuff that we needed to get done at the house.
Yeah.
And so, we just decided to postpone that. But I'll graduate officially in, like the second week in August. I think I'll be done with that. But I told you, I didn't tell the sermon out here for the first time, already enrolled in an MDiv program.
Yeah.
Already taking classes. I'm actually doing like a full-time class schedule right now.
Yeah.
And just trying to like survive. Yeah. It's not fun.
So sounds like consolation education.
Consolation education.
You're not first, but you're trying your best.
I'm trying my best. You're listening to the #1 Christian comedy and theology podcast in the nation.
In the nation, in the world.
In the whole world.
Yeah.
Some are saying the only. It's not like we have much competition.
They've been saying that, haven't they?
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing how much they say those things.
I think we're the official podcast of the White House. That's what they are saying.
Yeah, it's been said.
It's been said at multiple press conferences.
It's been said, yes. The comedy and theology world.
Yeah.
Right? The zeitgeist of the comedy and theology.
Yeah. Yep.
We're all they talk about.
Also, strange fact about Not the Sermon,
okay.
Also the official podcast of the Catholic Franciscan Order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just received post the other day.
Nice. I heard we were the #1 non-sermon podcast.
Yeah. That's what they are saying.
That's what they've said. Since we are not, in fact, the sermon.
Speaking of they and saying.
Yes.
Some are saying that you were recently mentioned, or at least your likeness was mentioned on a fairly popular Russian clickbait Christian page on Facebook.
Yes.
A page that has over 200,000 followers. And so I'm going to cue this up.
You're pestering me right now,
I'm pestering you. This is our Midsummer pestering.
All right, so do we need to do the pester sound?
So I'm going to pester you because yesterday on my day off, I can't even get away from you on my day off, dude.
I know. I can't either. It's crazy.
I was just scrolling Facebook, just briefly, and I see this familiar Christian Facebook page that pops up from time to time.
Yeah.
Pop up on my news feed, and it has a picture of you.
I know. Yeah, it was so weird. I saw it too.
And so I'm like, at first I thought this is like a joke or something like that.
Yeah.
And I click on the article, and I was like, no, this is real. And that's actually a picture of you. And so I immediately texted you. I was like, I screenshot it and texted you. I was like, dude, did you see this?
Yeah.
And then, by the time it kind of got around, it had already gone viral on Facebook.
Sure.
And so, let me just, I think I have it pulled up here. Yeah. So I'm just going to show you, it went away.
Here, I got it if you want to read.
Yeah. I'm going to read what this says. So the first thing I saw is a picture of Jamie on our stage, and it says, "Does a pastor's clothing affect the message? Why one notch better," in quotations, "is dividing opinion." And then it has this caption above. It says, "Walk into many churches today, and you may find a pastor dressed very casually, jeans, sneakers, and a t-shirt." And
evidenced by my picture. Which, does that picture look like it's been doctored to you?
No, it looks like it's been over zoomed. There's no reason for them to have zoomed in that much.
Yeah.
But it says, reflecting a modern shift towards relaxed Sunday culture.
Modern.
That's been like that for 30 years now.
Yeah, like what we call traditional is actually modern.
Yeah. The article argues that there is no article, actually.
No, there isn't an article, which is hilarious.
The article argues that while comfort and authenticity matter, pastors should still dress one notch better than their congregation. I'm just I'm one notch better than
notch.
As a sign of respect, seriousness, and leadership.
Respect and seriousness, which is a fruit of the Spirit.
Yeah. It suggests that appearance, though not the essence of faith, you just answered your question there, still communicates confidence and reverence in spiritual leadership. Comparing pastors to pilots, doctors, and judges, it emphasizes that trust is often shaped visually before words are even spoken. Should church leaders prioritize comfort or the message their appearance sends? Followed by a picture of Jamie.
In plaid.
With 683 current comments, 95 shares, and 266 likes. So I send that to you. Maybe I wasn't the first one, but what are your initial thoughts?
So I saw it that morning. Okay. And I was like, what in the world?
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
All publicity is good publicity.
It is, I'll be honest, it's really odd waking up to
with Folgers in your cup.
You open up Facebook for the first time that morning, and there you are.
On a huge page.
Yeah, it's not even a few 100,000 followers.
That's what was so odd, because I click on it and I'm like, I've seen this before, and it's always clickbaity stuff.
It is. No, it's not a great page. That's why we're not naming it.
We just went to the next post and it was like two dudes about to kiss.
Yeah, it was about gay marriage or something.
So, which I guess leads me to the pester. It does how a pastor dress in the pulpit really matter?
to a degree, of course, right? I mean, if you dress inappropriately and you're trying to feed people spiritually, then you're going to you're going to distract them.
Yeah, it becomes
from the
a
purpose,
distraction,
right?
yeah.
And so, I mean, obviously, how you dress matters, right? But there is, I think, a very, very, very large spectrum of what is acceptable based on who your congregation is, right? I mean, the people who are claiming for coats and ties, you go to a developing country in Africa, or you go to a completely different culture. That's not gonna right. And at that point, you're gonna want to wear something that makes sense to their culture wherever you are. And so I mean, if you dress too nicely, it can be distracting. If you don't dress nice enough, it can be distracting.
You'll end up on preachers and sneakers.
Exactly. And so does it matter? I mean, it matters to a degree, but what this was saying, it was implying that there is a sort of, because they referenced doctors and judges and pilots who have uniforms. Yeah. Doctors have white coats, right? Judges have their judge's robe. Pilots have their pilot suit. And so they were almost saying, hey, the coat and tie is really kind of the outfit, the uniform for pastors. And when you don't wear that, it really takes away from your message.
Well, if you get that, we all need to be wearing clergy collars.
Yeah,
that was the original uniform for
exactly.
clergy.
Why? I'm sure a lot of people,
and I'm pro that. I say just get rid of all of it, and everybody just keep wearing clergy shirts.
Well, why do we need to differentiate ourselves from the congregation anyway? They said respect
because
and authority.
We're better than them.
Well, and that's
just kidding.
But isn't that kind of the inference?
Yeah.
I mean, whenever a pastor is really dressed to the nines, has on a Rolex and super nice shoes and a Armani suit or whatever, and it's kind of like it gives the wrong impression.
I would argue that how pastors dress is a reflection of some misconceptions that we have about pastoral ministry. I feel like pastoral ministry has kind of taken on a life of its own, not recently, for many years, but this idea, especially now where the pastor is like the CEO organizational leader, some people would expect their pastor to dress like a CEO with a suit and a tie and all this stuff. And it's like a flex.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's either an authority flex or it's a cool flex.
Yeah.
Right? It's either like coat and tie, power tie, like, hey, I'm the man in charge here, listen to me, right? Or the cool flex is like, I'm wearing the latest clothing and like, I'm cool, you should listen to me.
Yeah.
Either way, it's attempting through human effort, not the anointing of the Holy Spirit, to get people to pay attention to you, and I'm not for that.
Notice me.
Yeah, I mean, for real. And you know what? If someone don't want to listen to me, don't listen to me.
Your mama?
If you have seen the fruit from my life and the fruit from the ministry of this church, and you think that's compelling and something you want to be a part of, fantastic. We'd love to have you. But I'm not going to try to change my dress in order to court you in some way. Like that, to me, that's like, what about the anointing? I want them to listen to my words. And yes, I don't want to distract them with how I'm dressed. But no, that's not what it's about. As a matter of fact, in Scripture, whenever it's talked about what you wear, it's actually talking about not dressing too nicely.
We should wear ephods.
Linen ephods.
Yes.
And so, I don't get this. Now, I will share. At first, I told you said, are you going to respond? You texted me, and I was like, I mean, I'll just let my ministry speak for itself and not respond.
Yeah.
And then I started getting texts
from
people.
Then you doxed him.
Well, no. Then I started getting texts from people like, have you seen this? And I'm like, of course I've seen this. Yes.
You were on Entertainment Tonight, Jamie.
And so I thought, you know what? Maybe I will respond. Did you read my response?
Yeah, I read your response.
What did you think about it?
I thought it was fine.
What would you have done differently?
I mean, I don't know if I'd have done anything different in your position. I mean, you know me, I don't.
Yeah, I
avoid stuff on social media in general, but.
Well, let me share what I said. I commented on the original post, and I said, hey, this is me in the picture. Not sure why my image was used, but I originally posted back in 2020 discussing how I choose to dress. So we mentioned it here before, but the congregation here likes to call me the plaid pastor because I do be wearing some plaid.
You do be doing that.
If I'm not wearing plaid, I'm wearing a black T-shirt. That's my uniform.
That's his Steve Jobs.
That's what I do. Black T-shirt or button-up plaid shirt. And so it's kind of become a thing. I even made a joke last Sunday about Joseph's coat of many colors was plaid in Hebrew. Got a little chuckle.
Yeah.
So are you going to, there it is. There it is. And so, but I continue. I said, hey, since then, the Lord's really, moved through our little church. If anyone would like to talk about ministry instead of my shirt, let me know. Just a little dig. Just a little dig in there. And then I said, below is the text of the post I made 6 years ago, because this image, and I imagine someone searched on Facebook about how pastors dress, and then they came across my post. And that's why they took my image. Mm-hmm. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because the image that was shared was an image I shared of myself talking about why I just dress the way I do.
Yeah.
Okay. So just real quick, the original post from 6 years ago said, occasionally I'm asked why I wear jeans and untucked, mostly plaid shirts when I preach, when pastors traditionally dress up when they speak. While I'm not against dressing up, I don't see this tradition as particularly meaningful, and I think it can sometimes even be unhelpful towards the overall goal of the church gatherings. For the record, I also don't find it advantageous to look sloppy or inappropriate either. Eric.
Yeah.
But it is a deliberate choice on my part to dress down. I recently heard a story of a young preacher interacting with his older senior pastor on this topic. The young preacher asked if he could not wear the typical coat and tie that was usually worn by the speaker. The senior pastor asked him, son, if you're going to meet with the president, wouldn't you want to dress up and look your best? The young preacher replied, not if the president were my father. God is your father. He sees your heart, not just your clothes. Dressing up or dressing down doesn't impress him. The motive and health of your heart is what he's interested in. Come to him as you are, and he will change you into who you should be.
Yeah.
That was my response.
Yeah.
And that's still why I choose to dress how I choose. I like being the plaid pastor.
You found that reason later.
What do you mean?
You just wanted to not have to dress up.
Oh, I'm sure.
And then you later restructured it as
this works.
like a spiritual thing.
Yes, I back calculated, I reverse engineered a spiritual reason for how I wanted to dress.
Yeah. I mean, we all do that.
I mean, yeah, maybe so. I don't know. I do remember the first Sunday I was the pastor. I was 35 years old, and I was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I was flipping channels, and an old dude in a coat and tie was screaming about sin on one of the TV channels. Yeah. And I turned to Tiff and I said, oh no, I'm one of them now.
Yeah.
And she laughed and she said, give me the remote. She turned it. Because it's not true. How you dress does give off information, right? But it's not who you are. And as far as church is concerned, I'd rather relate to your average person than act one notch above them.
Your average Joe's versus Globo Gym.
That's right. That's right. What was the name of that movie?
The
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball.
Dodgeball. Yeah. We do not recommend Dodgeball here at Not the Sermon.
I remember, so the tradition that I came up with in, spiritually, there was like a big push for like all the pastors wore suit and tie. Like it wasn't like over the top, but it was just pastors wore suits and ties. That's just what you did. You never see it. But the thing was, is it wasn't just Sunday. It was
they also said gold.
Yeah. You were never seen without it. It was during the day. If you're in the office on Wednesday, it was suit and tie. And so I remember getting my first opportunity to preach on a Sunday, which I was super thankful for. But I asked the pastor, I'm like, what am I supposed to wear? He's like, you wear a suit and tie. And the truth is, I didn't own a suit. I had a couple like tops. I wasn't about to go and buy some khakis or anything like that just for this one.
You had a few blouses?
Yeah, I had a couple blouses, but, I had a couple suit jackets or whatever, and I remember wearing just almost in obstinance, like just I wore a tie, a red power tie, white shirt, jacket, but I had the holiest, most ripped jeans I owned, and I wore those and preached a sermon in those and got in trouble for that too.
I bet you did.
Yeah, they were like it was great, but the jeans.
It was the mullet. Yeah. You were like business from the waist up.
Yeah,
and
pretty
party
much from behind the pulpit. Who could tell? It's almost like a Zoom call.
You did the mullet suit.
Yeah, I did a mullet suit. So.
That's funny. There's a guy on Instagram named Shama for Reels. Have you seen him before?
Did you just cast a spell on me?
He's just an influencer. He does Christian content and stuff. And he had a funny thing he said about how pastors, he goes, I don't want my pastor to be ripped. I don't want my pastor to be cool. I want him to wear like too tight khakis and a golf shirt like tucked in with penny loafers. Yeah. Because I remember going like, you go to the church cookout and the pastor starts playing volleyball with the kids out there in penny loafers and khakis. He goes, he doesn't need to be cool. He needs to be the pastor. Yeah. Anyway, it was funny.
There's a whole world in the pastoral vocation that people just aren't aware of. Yeah. One of which is image. Like what we've been talking about. Like that is unfortunately something. I was just joking about it just being something you made up later on. It's genuinely something you have to consider. Yeah. Like I have to consider how I'm about to look before I go out in public. Yeah. And everybody does it differently. I mean, you have your sort of uniform, your black t-shirt when you're out in public and stuff like that. But it's like the other thing, whereas if I run into someone in, jogger sweatpants and a white t-shirt that's stretched at the neck, like if it's them, it's fine. But if someone sees their pastor like that in the ice cream aisle, at a supermarket,
it's a little weird.
It's a little odd.
It's like you remember seeing your teacher when you were a kid. Like at the bank or something, or seeing them like randomly, you're like, oh my gosh, they exist outside of school.
Dude, funny story about that. So this past weekend, I was with my wife, we were shopping somewhere, and I saw someone, and it's weird for me too, as weird as it is, if I've seen you 100% of the time at church, there's going to be some buffering if I see you outside of it.
It's like, what?
It's going to take me a second to like, oh, that is you. So I saw someone that I know, someone we both know, and but for a second, my heart was like, is it? But I was like, I'm just going to take the L. It's not going to hurt me to smile and say, hey. Right. And so I smile and say, hey, well, this person looks at me, gives me this really like creeper, like kind of weird smile back, and then goes on their way. And I turned to my wife and I was like, maybe it wasn't them. Well, then 10 minutes later, their husband texts me and they're like, hey, so my wife just wanted you to know that she knew it was you, but it took her, like she didn't recognize you outside of church.
Oh, that's so funny.
And I was like, honestly, me too.
Yeah, same.
And so it was both like, we exchanged this awkward sort of, and then it was like, we were both left wondering, but I thought it was so funny. She felt bad. Yeah. And so her husband texted like, hey, she was cool. She just wanted you to know.
He's like, I'm just going to text him. Just let me text him.
Exactly.
He'll be cool
so they'll stop thinking about it. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
But it was so funny because what they didn't know is I had the same experience because I was like, maybe it wasn't them, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. It's odd being recognized. It's odd. My daughter had to go get her air filter changed in her car, and she went to an auto parts store, and she was talking with the guy, and she's like, well, he goes, I'll give you a discount. She's like, oh, thanks. He goes, just tell your dad that so-and-so says hi. Yeah. I used to go to the church.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, okay, score. I mean, I'll get a discount on my air filter. Yeah. But I don't know who the dude is. Yeah. She didn't know who the dude was. I mean, he just recognized the last name because it's a unique last name.
That's funny.
And knew that she was my daughter. But that's nice. So kind of him to do that. Yeah. It's also odd, man, that someone knows like my family from our last name and knows that, I'm the pastor. It's just odd. Yeah. And because of that, it kind of creates this situation where out in public, you're never not a pastor.
Yeah, you're not off. That was one of when I went on sabbatical last year, because I spent it was every other week for me. So every other week I was gone, but also every other week I was just here. Yeah. And so like the first week was the hardest because we have such an amazing church family. Like if you see them in public, they're going to come up, you're going to talk and they're going to, how's your sabbatical going?
I like them. Yeah.
It's not a problem, but I was like, I really at that time just needed some space. And so it was tough going out in public. Yeah. And it's funny, I bought a bucket hat. Everybody knows about the bucket hat. I remember. Partly because I've always wanted one, but the other part was like, there's something about this hat. You just become invisible.
It's a way of telling people, leave me alone.
Yeah. Well, if you're in public, you could be at a nice restaurant. And if someone's wearing a bucket hat, it's like they're invisible to you. They're like, oh, it's just a guy wearing a bucket hat.
I called it your Gilligan's Island hat.
Yeah. And so I got that thing and I wore it the other day to a local grocery store that we both go to where a ton of people from our church also work at. Sure. And I go in there and no one noticed me except for one person, and it was a double take. I was wearing the hat
almost,
and they were like, Pastor Eric. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I didn't even recognize you. I'm like, yep, incognito here.
Incognito.
Yeah, it was funny.
You did not pass the test.
Yeah. So.
Well, cool. Well, listeners, we hope you've enjoyed us kind of talking about this topic of how pastors dress. If you've got thoughts on this, we'd love to hear them. We hear from you guys regularly. Send us an email, notthesermon@gmail.com.
Do, do.
I love how you did the Doppler effect. That was we just mentioned to our Patreon subscribers about needing a hobby, and it could be model trains.
It
doesn't have to be working out like all the megachurch pastors are doing.
Look, if your pastor all of a sudden gets incredibly physically fit, he's on the fringes of burnout. He's looking
stressed
for an outlet. But I was
stressed.
If pastors get into working out and stuff, I'm like, why doesn't they just get into model trains or something easy? It's fun. Go to their house, or just got little train tracks running through the dining room.
That's funny. That's funny.
Anyways, but this has been a fun episode. And Jamie, you could have dressed up a little bit more for the podcast.
I could have. You know what? Someone's probably going to take my picture and plaster it all over the interwebs.
Yeah, on another Russian clickbait site.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening to our summer shorts. We have more on the way. And thank you so much for listening to
Not the Sermon.
Thanks for listening. This podcast is a production of Victory Fellowship Church in Thomasville, Georgia. Eric and Jamie can be reached at emailing notthesermon@gmail.com.